If I could go back to the day we met, I would probably do it all over again. And I would choose not to be your friend. When you ask me, I'll just say I got a man.
Hey everyone, it is No Makeup Shannon. Welcome back to my channel for another Bad Girls Club season 17 review. So y'all, this episode is called The Final Countdown. It's episode 10, the last episode of the season. And it's kind of bittersweet, but not because of this particular season, just because BGC is coming to an end. So this might be literally the last episode in BGC history. So we have the fight from last week. Basically, Sayyora and Seven basically snuck Kiana and Brianna. So my issue is, why didn't you guys give them a chance to get prepared? You know, like, why did you have to run up on them? I heard a lot of people say that it's the Bad Girls Clubhouse and you should be ready, but I feel like in Sayyora and Seven's situation, if you guys claim to be so tough and you don't take mess, you should have at least, it should have been a fair fight. It was weak, it was kind of bold, it was just wrong on Sayyora and Seven's part. As we saw, Kiana got beat up, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys, Kiana would have gotten beat up anyways, just because she can't really fight, to be honest. And in what's her name, in Kiara's place, I think that if Bree really knew that she was going to fight her, she would have won, because I feel like Sayyora just kind of got the upper hand in the fight and she won, because Bree did kind of get beat up. I think Bree also said that Sayyora didn't land any hits, just like how Sayyora said that Bree didn't land any hits in her fight. And I don't know y'all. Let's just go to the next scene. So as we see in the next scene, Kiana is literally shaking, like her nail broke, her nail is bleeding. I kind of feel bad for her because I know how it feels when your nail breaks or if your nail is bleeding. So I definitely felt bad for her. So the BGC producers tell Sayyora and Seven that they have to go to a hotel for the night, and they did. They actually stayed there for basically a whole day, and we're going to talk about that a little bit later. So in the next scene, Kiana is basically explaining to, I think it was Brianna, that she couldn't go to sleep because of what happened last night, which in my opinion, it was kind of sad, because I feel like, dang, like, Seven, what happened? Like, we liked you. You were the hope for the season, but she just kind of threw it away with that fight. I just feel like it was so unfair, y'all, and I didn't think Kiana or Brianna deserved that. So at this point, Kiana and Brianna are planning to just fight them when they get home. Long story short, they never did get home because, like I said before, they stayed at the hotel or wherever they were for the whole day. So the hookah guy comes to the house. Sayyora was working on making her own flavor of hookah, which I thought it was a little bit cool, like it was different. And she decides to name the hookah flavor Sayyora. And then y'all, we realize that Sayyora is also having a hookah release flavor party, and I've never heard of that, so I guess it's a little bit different, but at the same time it's just like, is it that deep? Like, is it that serious? So as we see in the next scene, we have Deshayla on the rooftop talking to Bree about the fight and how she didn't really want it to happen, but there was nothing that she could do to stop it. But I still feel like Deshayla is a little bit fake, and we see that throughout this whole episode. So I mean, you know, like, it is what it is. But long story short, Sayyora decides to invite her to the flavor release party, and Deshayla decides to go. I don't really have nothing to say about Deshayla and what she did, but I don't know. So it's nighttime now, and after the girls go out, Kiara and Seven gets back to the house. They notice that Shay, which is Deshayla, is not there to say goodbye to them, because the producers did tell them they were going home, which I thought was kind of dumb, because this is the last episode. What was the purpose? Like, you should have just let them stay until the end, because what was the purpose? Y'all, so many people in that house should have went home. Like, just because they get into a fight, they have to go home. I mean, they're weak for how they handled the fight, but I just didn't think they should have went home for that. I really didn't. So as they get back to the house, they notice that Deshayla is not there to say goodbye to them. They're kind of upset that she went out with the other girls, and I feel like in a way it is kind of bold, but then again, Deshayla can do whatever she feels like. And when I look back on things, Deshayla said that Kiara didn't treat her well, and Seven and Kiara basically tried to make her into something she isn't. So I just feel like she got tired of them. Like, I can understand how and why she would get sick of Kiara and Seven. So Seven and Kiara are walking throughout the house searching to see if Deshayla's there. Basically, they both said that they're done with Deshayla, and that's really it. And in the next scene, we have Kiara saying her and Seven are hood chicks, and I'm just like, Kiara, you're the only hood one. I just feel like Seven, now that I look back on everything, she kind of put on a show sometimes. Like, I don't see her as being hood. I just don't. I just can't see her as a hood person, because she's just so quiet and like innocent to me, even though she's weak and fake. So after the party, the girls get back to the house. I think Sayyora or Francesca first noticed that both the girls were, Seven and Kiara were gone because their picture was taken down. So they were screaming, they were excited, they were just filled with joy, kind of. And Deshayla's just like standing in the corner crying and bawling her eyes out for whatever reason. Based on the stuff that she said throughout the episode, I really don't understand why she was crying. So y'all, Fran and everyone else basically decides to focus on the bucket list, which is something I noticed that they really haven't done this season. I just feel like the bucket list was kind of pointless in a way, in my opinion. Kiana decides to do opera. Francesca decides to put ice cubes up her butt. Sayyora decides to have phone sex and some other stuff. So in the next scene, we have Deshayla. She's talking to someone about how she's glad. I'm pretty sure it was Brianna. She's talking to Bri about how she's glad that Seven and Kiara are gone, because now she can be herself and now she feels welcome, and it's not really as negative as it once was. She's just basically talking a whole bunch of but she's just talking a lot, about a whole bunch of mess. She also says she feels accepted by Bri and the rest of Bri's friends. So her and Bri gets to the store, and long story short, they bought a blow-up doll. And I guess it's for the bucket list challenge. So the girls go to the club as usual. Like, that's literally all they have done this season. Like, I can't count the amount of times I've said the girls go to the club. But anyways, they go to the club, they're coming out. Bri and Deshayla decides to make out for some weird reason. I just feel like it was a bad combination of two people. It was just nasty to me, to be honest. And then Bri also says that she did it just to kind of piss Kiara and Seven off. I don't understand why she thinks that they would really be mad over something that simple. I really just didn't get why she said that. But so it turns out the East Side girls wins the bucket list challenge, and they get to go on this big VIP adventurous activity. And I mean, I guess I'm happy for them. I don't really care that much. And y'all, throughout this episode, we have Deshayla. She's constantly crying about how much she loves that she's with the other girls and how she's happy that she gets to leave with the 4 girls instead of her 2 fake friends. I just didn't understand. Like, I feel like you've been playing this fake role for so long and you should have just continued. Like, I don't know, y'all. So Kiana, Francesca, and Deshayla goes to the VIP treatment because they won the bucket list challenge, and they do a lot of fun stuff. They went on a helicopter in which Kiara, she fell asleep, and I was just like, how do you fall asleep in a helicopter? Even though she did mention that she really didn't go to sleep when the fight happened. Who knows, maybe she was tired from that situation, I don't know. But they also went on in this building, and it was like a 70-foot storage. Basically, the building had like 70 floors, and they had like a slide. It's so hard to explain, but basically it looked really fun. And if I had the chance, I would do something like that. And y'all, like I said, Deshayla has been so fake. Ever since 7 and Kiara left, she has been fake. Let me just read a couple of things that she said about 7 and Kiara and about how, anyways, let's just read it. So I wrote, Deshayla cries and says the last 2 nights have been the best 2 nights of her life since she has stepped foot in the Bad Girls Clubhouse. And I really just don't understand that, because I feel like it just doesn't make sense to me. Like, this just goes to show how fake she is, and it goes to show that she just didn't deserve a spot on the show. Like, why are you still here, Deshayla? I really just don't get it. And she also goes on to say, and during all of this, y'all, remember that she is literally crying. So she goes on to say that she's going to miss the other 4 girls, which is Francesca, Kiana, Brianna, and somebody else, I forgot, Sayyora. But yeah, she's crying like, oh, I'm gonna miss you more than Kiara and 7. And I'm just like, why are you so fake? Like, I really don't understand she plays both sides of the fence way too much. Like, and then she has the nerve to not show up at the reunion. So y'all, in the next scene, we have everybody leaving. It's so sad. Not really. I mean, like, I'm over this season. One of my biggest issues with this season is the fact that they had the audacity to not have replacements. Like, why didn't you guys have any replacements? You have 1 replacement, but I just feel like they should have had at least 3 replacements. Why were there no replacements? Why did BGC stop doing those? Why did BGC stop doing the trips that they usually send people on? Like, I remember, I think season 9 went to Cancun, Mexico. Like, what happened to all of the fun stuff? This is why I think BGC is going off of the airs, because each season they have downgraded and downgraded, and we don't like it. I feel like they need to go back to where they started and pick some better girls. Stop picking people who you think are pretty for TV, because at this point I feel like you're just picking, well, clearly y'all, they pick people just because of how they look. I don't feel like they spend the time to really pick girls who should be in the house. Y'all, I'm not going to spend too much time talking about their departure, because I feel like it's pointless. But basically, Brianna leaves first. I feel like she shouldn't have left first. Like, because she made this show, she should have at least been the last one in the house. Like, I'm not going to lie. I just feel like this is another reason why BGC is probably going off the air, because they don't have their stuff organized. Number 2 is Sayyora, number 3 is Deshayla, number 4 is Kiana, and number 5 is Francesca. So there you have it, y'all, for the Bad Girls Club season 17 review, episode 10, the last episode, well, possibly the last episode in Bad Girls Club history. So yeah, y'all, that was it for this episode. Wasn't really much to talk about but the fight that happened with Kiara, Brianna 7, and Kiana. So I'm ready for the reunion. I'm so upset that Deshayla didn't show up. Like, this is how you know that she didn't deserve a spot in the house. I just feel like if you can't finish the show, then don't go on it. Like, I hate it when girls don't show up to the reunion. Like, it just irks my nerves. But y'all, I'm so ready for the reunion. I'm wondering if Tanisha, the so-called baddest bad girl, I wonder if she will fight somebody, because I feel like every season she's always cussing one of the girls out. And I'm not gonna lie, a couple of times where she did kind of cuss some of the girls out, they tried her, but then again, you still look a little bit unprofessional because you're supposed to be the so-called host. But I mean, I like Tanisha, she looks good. But y'all, I am so ready for the reunion. I just want to see what's gonna happen. I want to see what people have to say. So y'all, that is it. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more of these. Oh, I can't do more reviews. Oh my god, it just hit me, y'all. Man, this is literally the last, possibly the last episode of Bad Girls Club. Oh man, I was gonna say the last. Oh my god, I'm getting sad now. Anyways, y'all, we'll find something else to watch, I guess. But y'all, that is it for this review. Thank you guys so much for watching the season with me. Thank you for watching my reviews. Thank you for everything. I appreciate all of you, and I will talk to y'all later in my next video.
If I could go back to the day we met, I would probably do it all over again.